You're on.
I'm on. Hello, I'm Larry Elliott. This is my studio where I spend most of my life painting. And I've done about 250 paintings over 40 years. 54 of them have been portraits of my piano students and my art students. This is one of them down here that I just happen to have. And then I don't know if you can get the one Andrew and Tree. That was the first one I did. It probably doesn't show up very well there.
Shows up just fine.
Does it show it okay? That was the very first one I did, and that was at the Butler Institute of American Art in 1995. And so, but the paintings that I've done in the still life style are the ones that intrigue me the most because they're the ones that are on different themes like paradise and Alice in Wonderland, Humpty Dumpty, paintings of that kind. The painting I'm currently working on is called Tantalus. It has to do with being tempted in life. And this painting is just started. I start with some drawing, not really much, just to indicate where things are going to be. And then I turn it into a loose version of what I want it to be. And then over many weeks, I put in the most infinitesimal little details, you know, which don't always show up in the photograph, but that's the kind of work that I really like to do. So, in addition to that, recently, maybe I should point these out now, the puzzles?
Sure. That would be a good thing.
It's been really wonderful recently to have these paintings, which I've spent so many hours doing, published, in addition to showing in Chicago and different galleries, to have them on these puzzles here. They're beautifully reproduced. These are inexpensive puzzles. They come in 100 Ps, 300 Ps, 500, and up to 1,000. And they range $9 to $18 through a company in New Hampshire called Peacetime Puzzles. That's like not War and Peace, but Peacetime Puzzles. And to date, she's publishing 37 of my paintings in this format. There's another company, Jigsaw Puzzles, which publishes the paintings in fancy wooden jigsaw puzzles with these little intricate shapes called whimsies. So you have a painting on rabbits, and you'll have rabbits, and there's a painting with an artist, me painting one, in different shapes. But those puzzles are very expensive, $450. I think I sold 6 last year, which is fine by me. But these puzzles, by Peacetime Puzzles, are the ones I like the most because more people are likely to be able to buy them. And even though I don't make a lot of money doing it, I like the fact that people see my work. And so that's this one. This one's called Dragonflies, and I'm holding it still enough.
Well, you're holding it more still than I'm holding the camera.
Am I? Okay. Did we get that one?
We did. Show the most expensive variety, just because.
This one here.
You know.
This one is called Sisyphus and Futility. This company also publishes the whole gamut of my 37 paintings, but this one has in it all the most amazing little shapes. It has a man pushing the rock up to the top of the hill. It has a boy mowing the lawn, a basketball player, a boy making a sand castle, a bird cage, what is this thing? A rocking horse, a clown. There's so many little shapes in this puzzle. And these are tiny little wooden ones, little wooden pieces. These are really cool. And they come in this tiny box with no pictures, so you don't even know what it looks like. And it's nice, thick wood, too.
Do you have the box itself?
That is it. This is the box right here. Yeah, they come just like this. And for all that money, they're small, but very nice. Very, very nice. And you have no idea. You have the title. You have only the title, but you have no idea what it looks like. No, those are really wonderful puzzles. But naturally, less people can afford those puzzles.
And what do they run again, Larry?
Those puzzles run from $175 to $450. I think this side, they're not much bigger, the 450, but I think this is maybe a $200 one.
Larry, you're very modest, but why don't you tell people what your background is, just a bit, and where your paintings are shown? Can you do?
Well, I started painting years ago when I was a university student studying piano, and I rubbed elbows with this man here, Aaron Borat, who was the artist in residence at the university, whose style bears a resemblance to mine. And I really liked knowing him because his style was very proficient. It was this very, very tight detail still life style. And that's the kind of work I like. I'm not a real fan of abstract art. I realize it has a value, but it's not anything that does anything for me. I like this kind of work. So for the last 40 years, I've devoted myself to this kind of painting. I knew him for about 25 years. He didn't actually teach me, but I went to his house once a month for 25 years. And it was wonderful because you pick up a lot when you see somebody's paintings in different stages. You don't actually have to be instructed. You can ask intelligent questions like, why are they doing that at that stage? And then you go home and like a violinist, you work hard at it yourself. And that's how you really learn, sort of hands-on kind of thing.